good. I can't sleep. And the index units came out, well, the part 2 units, so I'll talk about them in the video. It's gonna be all over the place. It's not gonna be a full in-depth breakdown of the index units, obviously, because I assume everyone already saw it, so I could just make it short, like the Cliff Notes version of all the units. So I'll probably go pretty fast because I don't want to waste any people's time. It's basically, how good are they? I think they are good. Obviously, well, let's get into it before I even to say my thoughts. So I'll just start with Touma. Basically, Touma's a taunt tank. A lot of people said, oh, he's kind of like Shiro, but Shiro's not a taunt tank. Shiro's a mitigation unit. So I compare him to like Kirisame and Gamagori and other taunt tank units, basically. He gets a little bit of Arts Gen. Like, his skill gives him Arts Gen. He has support, but it's situational. Like, he gets all allies 200% damage, which you have to be facing fire, light, or dark, I believe. Yeah, fire, light, or dark. So that's very situational. But on the super arts, he increases his own arts by 100, and it reduces enemies damage res. So again, he can come really in handy, like just to help your other units kill faster. Now the thing about Touma is that he's not really restricted to any team, unlike certain units we'll get into in this specific crossover. So you could just run him on like just a generic setup. Like, I don't know, you could run Touma, Valerie, the typical Mono Water setup. Instead of Shiro, you just throw Touma. So you don't have to run him on there. You could just run him, if you don't have a taunt tank, you put him there like with some other units, Touma, the War God Finn, like Heart, and then the FM Heart. Pretty much, if you don't have Shiro or Beta, then run Touma. I personally don't have Shiro, Beta, or like any other Ascended taunt tank for that matter, Ascended tank unit. So he honestly, when he comes to global, I definitely might summon, because I just don't have Kirisame or any of those characters, so I could definitely see his value right there. But again, if you do have Shiro, Beta, or any other taunt tank, then his value would go down, especially if you have Shiro or Beta. So yeah, I do think he is good, but again, you're just competing with other units, so that's kind of really the main problem here. Like, maybe if he gave more support or something, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know. Again, I do think he's good. It's just the fact that there's other units you could use instead of him. Let's see. Let's go to the second unit, Makoto. Her main thing is she's a light magic, user. So they've been spamming light. Like, they did light physical, and for Makoto, and as well for Index, since we're already talking about Makoto, it's light magic. So you want to mainly just use her on a light magic setup. So like, it could be her. Where is it at? I have a picture. Hold up. Where's the picture? Right here. There we go. So you can use, obviously, Makoto, Star God Lisa, Nonon would be good because she does buff magic. Young Emperor on JP. On global, you gotta wait like a year. You can run any other Arts Gen, like War God Finn, OG, no, not OG Emperor, the Beyond Fate Emperor, and Index herself. She's a part 2 unit, and she mainly wants to be run with light characters. You don't have to run her with light characters. Like, I mean, we'll talk about her, but yeah, with Makoto, you pretty much have to run her on like a light magic setup, because that's her whole thing. Let's see, where's it get? Yeah, boom. She got 2 magic slots, increase her all arts by 40. Her regular arts increase on attack and skill CC. That's good. Her true arts increase light ally stats by 50% and reduce enemies crit res by 100%. That's really good. 50% stats increase. That is really fucking good. And her super arts, plus 25, reduce enemies light res by 150 each time super arts is used, refreshes on magic equips, and if the equips remain in CT speed is more than 50. So as you can see, magic type. No damage. Yeah, basically you just run her on a light magic comp. Again, as Star God Lisa, her, Index, Young Imp, and she's good. She can cook. So that's essentially what you want to run her on. Again, I think she is. Is she the best out of all 4 of them? I think so. Well, nah, well, it depends on your box. Again, she's good for light magic, so she has like a real, you know, boom. There you go. You can use her. You got her. You just throw on light magic, and you have those units. But if you don't have light magic, it's kind of like, yeah. Index. We could talk about Index right now. Index's whole thing is that she's also light magic. Right? Where is it? Where's the kid? Where's the kid? I have it right here. Yeah, what is she? She like heals a little. Yeah, she heals all allies. On her skill. Her arts increases arts, and she gives damage res. So she gives a little bit of damage res and healing. Obviously, basically a support unit. True arts increase all allies damage by 100. And if you're fighting dark units, because if you're fighting an advantageous element, sorry, she increases damage by 200 instead, and increases her own skill CT speed by 100%. So that could go into her healing. Super arts for 25 seconds increases all allies magic equipped CT speed by 40. It reduces enemies magic res by 40 times the number of allies alive magic slots. So again, she really wants to be running with other magic units. She has to. So for example, alright, let's say you're running a team of 4 units and they got, I don't know, they somehow have 10 fucking magic slots. If you obviously it's not gonna be possible, but let's just say you're running a team of light allies and they have 10 fucking magic slots. It's gonna be 40 times 10. That's 400% fucking magic res. That's like you're reducing the enemy's magic res by 400%. Yeah, that's not gonna happen, but just that's how it works. Boom. Her abilities, when she's not inflicted, she'll give all light allies 3 arts per second. So that's good. Again, she mainly wants to be ran with light allies to get like her full usage. So for her, it's the exact same thing as Makoto. You just run her, Index. Then you run Index, Makoto, Star God Lisa. I mean, she does Arts Gen, but it's like you would kind of want to run another Arts Gen, right? So like, again, BF Imp just because. Beyond Fate Emperor, because he has a magic slot and Arts Gens, and he refreshes magic slots. So, but the thing about that is you would have to find, because she does give damage res, but that's not really enough. So you would have to, I don't know, there's other light units I'm missing here too. You could run, what's her name, Summer Chloe, I believe, because Summer Chloe gives healing, I believe. So you could run like that. Probably some other type of light. Is there a light like magic user that gives defense? No, not really, right? So I don't know. You have to find some sort of other means of like mitigating damage, because you could heal through it, but I don't know. Like she is good, but she's like very locked towards this like light magic team. Like if you don't really have light magic, you're not really fully utilizing her. You feel me? So that's that. And then we could talk about Accelerator, because he's the last one. And I've seen people be pretty, not disappointed. Some people are disappointed about his kid. Mainly Accelerator, I have his kid right here. He's mainly a breaker. Like, full stop, that's his main thing. His skill doesn't do anything, which is kind of crazy. I feel like you could have threw the bro, like, give him like, oh, increase arts by 30 and increase break power by like 30 for like 10 seconds. You could have gave him something. Bro doesn't do anything on his skill. That's crazy work. That is crazy work. His arts increase all allies next super art damage, increase dark allies next super art damage by 150 instead. So again, if you're running him on a dark team, they get 150. If you're not, they only get 100. So again, pretty good. That could just feed into his super arts. His true arts reduces enemies breakers by 50. Increase allies arts by 5 if their HP is above 50%. Again, pretty good arts gen and break res. And super arts, if used when the boss is not broken, increase own break power during super arts based on how high current HP is by 300. If used when the boss isn't in, well, if the boss isn't, hold up, it's cut off. My fault. Okay, my bad, my fault. It was cut off. Okay, so the rest of it, if the boss is not in break, it doubles the super arts multiplier. So Yeah, but his multiplier is 150%. So yeah, that's pretty much basically he's a breaker, bro. Now the main problem, well not problem. The main thing with him is the fact that if you have like other breakers, like if you have Chloe and Pentagon, then you know he's kind of competing with them, right? And on JP, you got Platina, who like the Ascended Platina, who is like the fucking break unit. So it's like that you can kind of see that there. And I guess it is good making him a breaker because rather than him just being like a generic DPS unit, I guess that I mean that is better. I would rather that because there's been just a lot of DPS units, but I kind of felt like I don't know, maybe gave him more like dark support, I guess, or something. Because like again, if you do have like Pentagon and like Chloe and Platina, then you know it's not really a reason again, unless you like the character, of course. But it's like again, if you don't have, like I said, if you don't have these characters, because two of them, not even two of them, three of the like Ascended Breakers are all fucking crossover units. So Platina is like the only GS like breaker in the game. So again, I could see the argument there, and plus he's a magic breaker, so you know that is that one niche. We ain't really have a lot of magic breakers in the game, so Accelerator would fit that role pretty well. He also gives Arsen to Dark Allies. Where is his kit at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Right here. Yeah. One way world. When boss is broken for 30 seconds, increase all allies' arts by 5 seconds, and increase all allies' damage by 300. That's crazy. That's crazy. And he gets more arts. And okay. I see. All right. So again, he does have his uses, obviously, as you can see, but again, his main steal is just a breaker, which again, that's not inherently bad. It's actually pretty good. If you need break and you don't have any of the other breakers, then Accelerator is really good. But going over all their kits is like you can see they are good. It's the main fact that they're not they're not jumping off the page. They don't really have to. Again, I'm just saying they don't have to be the best units in the game. Like, they're actually really good in my opinion. But especially for me, it just depends on your box. Like if you have alternatives, like basically what these units are, well, Index and Makoto are like light magic, so that team could get fully fleshed out because you had light physical, you know, Saitama, Kenshin, and then you got light magic with like Makoto, Index, you know, Young Imp, and all of them. So if you want a light magic team, you could have that. Touma, basically, if you have no other like ascended tank unit, then Touma is your guy. So I might go for Touma just off of that because I don't have any other ascended breaker. So yeah, I think I'm gonna just go with that. Out of all of them, that's why I think Toma's just the best out of all of them. But it's super dependent on your box, bro. This is just in my opinion. But yeah, I could wrap it up right there. As you can see, they're all pretty good. Honestly, just going over it, looking at it now. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not really much to say. I just explaining what they do. Yeah, that'll wrap it up. Again, they are all pretty good. They're basically just alternatives to characters you already have. So depending on your box, obviously you don't really have to summon. But again, they are crossover units, so you know you might just want to summon for that, just for the novelty of having crossover units. But yeah, that'll wrap up the video. Peace.